In the near future, entertainment studios, networks, and companies with large libraries of intellectual property will find it's much cheaper to use artificial intelligence to merge their various IPs together than it is to make new content.
Agree.
Will and Chad, you must now imagine an astonishing new property called Goodfellas Hunting 2. An amalgam of Goodfellas, Good Will Hunting, and Terminator 2. This is the IP shuffle. Begin.
The
IP
shuffle.
I
Now,
get it.
I fully agree with Dudesy. I don't know about these 3 movies that it's making us do: Goodfellas, Good Will Hunting, and Terminator 2. Are those all still owned by are they owned by the same studio?
What?
I don't even know.
No, I have no idea, but I like that the 2 is the reason for Terminator 2 being in there. Just using the 2 from that.
Hey, I think that's the best 2 ever, Terminator 2.
Revenge of the Nerds, Nerds in Paradise is pretty good, but yeah,
There's
Terminator
Godfather, I
2.
guess.
Yeah, Godfather 2.
But I will say, what I think is the most likely one of these to happen, little Nostradamus right here out of the segment, is going to be a merger of Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Marvel Universe, because Disney owns both of those. I think that we will see that soon.
Yeah. Well, as far as Dudesy is concerned, the hot properties are Good Will Hunting, Goodfellas, and Terminator 2.
So what is that fucking movie like? It's somebody has to get sent back in time to stop a nuclear apocalypse. Who is it? Matt Damon, Joe Pesci? Fucking
I think it's an amalgam. It has to be an amalgam of Ray Liotta, Matt Damon, and Eddie Furlong.
Okay.
I don't know what that character is, but okay. So let's say that.
Wait, you're saying that those 3 characters merge into one person, or they're like a team?
No, I'm saying that the character itself is sort of an amalgam of those guys. So perhaps a janitor who works at MIT or some sort of incredible Ivy League school or something. Is also who's in the he's a
drug dealer by night.
Yeah.
That's associated with the mafia.
Yes.
And also he has a mom that everyone thinks is a lunatic because she believes she has future knowledge about a nuclear apocalypse.
But she actually does. And how about the reason that this Ray Liotta, Matt Damon, Eddie Furlong character wants to be...
What does this guy look like? This is just, it's some kind of AI art that just makes a new character that's not a real person?
Yes.
Mixing those people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that character, it wants to, like in Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams basically cracks the fact that Will wants to do something with his life, right?
Yeah.
He wants to do something with his wife. At the end of the movie, he goes off and sorry, I had to go see about a girl. And he follows. Minnie Driver out to the West Coast where she's going to school, and but Robin Williams busts him with that and says, "You could be a janitor anywhere. Why would you want to be a janitor at MIT?" And then so what if the Matt Damon, Ray Liotta, Eddie Furlong character is working something that he's working on that board has to do with figuring out if his mom is nuts or.
Right.
Or
he's secretly using MIT's scientific department to figure out if there is a real thing.
And that's why
then De Niro fucking shows up in a bolt of lightning and is like, how about them apples? That's like his fucking
he's
the robot from the future.
Yeah, and I like that that impersonation, Chad's Robert De Niro is basically just Rip Torn.
What?
It's just Rip Torn from the...
No, this is my Rip Torn.
Yeah. What the hell are we talking about?
You want to hear my impersonation of... I forget this actor's name, but this is the coach from Major League 2.
Not really.
In Major League.
Okay.
Heart attack! Thank you.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, what was it? Goodwill.
Every time we win a game, one of these patches comes off.
Yeah.
That's the guy from Major League 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also in a
God
fantastic...
damn it.
One of the best movies, Coupe de Ville, if you have the means. I don't even think it's streaming anywhere. I have a DVD copy, and I have a VHS copy.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, and he's in that.
Must really like that one.
That guy gave you that? Hey, boys, come here. We got a lot of work to do.
Speaking of a lot of work to do, Goodfellas Hunting 2.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do with that.
Okay, so it's about a...
Okay, so...
janitor... It's about a janitor at MIT who also works for the mafia selling drugs, who has maybe a mom who's crazy that thinks there's a future nuclear calamity coming, and he's using his access to MIT scientific technologies to figure out if this is true or not. And then Robert De Niro comes back from the future. He's a robot.
Robert De Niro is a robot.
And he tries to kill this guy.
No. How about instead of that, he wants to be his therapist.
Okay.
And he's like, it's not your fault, Will.
Right.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Oh, no, not you. Please, not you. It's not your fault, Will. It's not your fault.
But then he has a group of friends that are also kind of criminals. Like in the drug trade, he has these friends.
Yeah.
And perhaps one of them is like the Joe Pesci character, but it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. So he's like, he's one of the drug dealers?
Yeah.
He's not the Terminator in this?
No. I think the Terminator is Robert De Niro. But he's a therapist, not a killing robot.
The Terminator is Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro as Robin Williams, but he's a therapist, not a killing robot. Okay. And then I think you've got the Joe Pesci character from Goodfellas, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, but in this context of a low-grade drug dealer who is friends with the Matt Damon, Eddie Furlong, Ray Liotta character.
I like it, but it's not convoluted enough.
Please put on some layers.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. So wait, so Robert De Niro is the Terminator, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the, the guy who said to me, he goes, hey, what are you still doing here? I thought I told you to go fuck your mother. Bing, bang, bang.
Yeah.
With when he's like, and then the Matt Damon, Ray Liotta, Eddie Furlong character is like, how did Eddie Furlong, what did he say in that movie? He went, cowabunga, dude, right?
Yeah. No fate, but what we make.
No fate, but what we make. You're really funny. What do you mean funny? How do you mean I'm funny? What do you mean I'm a joke to you? Do you make laugh here? Don't worry, you do funny. You said it. You said it, not me. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Are you a clown to you? What are you saying? How do you mean funny? You're funny how? So that's so then there's that, and then does he meet? Is there a love interest like a Mini Driver?
Oh yeah, who should that be? Or
Mini
Lorraine
Driver.
Bracco?
It's a Mini Driver, Lorraine Bracco thing. So she goes to school. Let's just put her at the MIT thing, even though in the movie she goes to Harvard. And she. Let's revisit that. What the hell? What the fuck is this movie about? What?
I have no fucking idea, dude. How do you put these three movies? They're so fucking disparate. I have no idea how to put them together. You have to have these weird sci-fi elements of time travel, potentially killer robots that are coming back to wipe out the human race, a nuclear holocaust that happens in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Then you have, Goodfellas is about like the mafia, drugs, murders, and then Good Will Hunting is essentially about like a genius wasting his talents.
Yeah. And then what?
I mean, that's about it. I don't know.
Christ.
I mean, it's hard to put these three movies together, but I agree with Dudesy that this type of shit is going to happen. I think you could also see something like that Guardians of the Galaxy Star Wars thing. I can see a movie getting made that is like Chewbacca and Groot in like a buddy space cop comedy. Yeah. Where they don't speak fucking English the whole time.
All right, hold on,
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Yeah, we got to do
whole movie of that.
Yeah, we got to do Goodfellas Hunting 2 here, though.
I know.
What
dude,
makes it a sequel? It's not your fault, Will.
Okay, yeah. In the first one, the amalgam of what is it? Ray Liotta, Eddie Furlong, and Matt Damon. That guy invents time travel at the end of the first movie. And then movie 2 is about De Niro coming back from the future to be his therapist.
You're bound by nothing, Will. It's not your fault. Okay, so he comes back, and that's the De Niro character. Holy shit. And then
or maybe we find out that the De Niro character actually has come back. He says that he's going to be his therapist, but it's actually so that he can get access to that drug circle and start selling drugs, and he's trying to take over Eddie Furlong, Matt Damon, Ray Liotta's territory.
Yeah, but then Arnold Pesci wants in, you know, and he's like, "Yeah, hold on a second. I know this isn't from Goodfellas; it's from Casino." But he's like, "Let me tell you something. The Robert De Niro Terminator. You shut my money off, I'll shut your fucking brain off. I'll crack you in the head, and just when you're waking up in the hospital, I'll do it again. You want to know why? Because I'm stupid. I don't give a fuck." Right?
Dude, I would fucking pay.
Is there?
I mean, and I'm gonna pay, but I was gonna say I would pay to see Arnold Schwarzenegger deep faked over like anybody in a fucking Scorsese movie. That would be so fucking good.
Jeez, dude, this is the most Dudesy episode of Dudesy ever.
Yeah. That's coming. We're going to be able to put Schwarzenegger in Goodfellas within 5 years.
I don't want to. I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I
Yes,
want
you
De Niro
do.
as De Niro. I want Schwarzenegger as Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Never
you're
the two
purist.
shall meet. Yeah, I'm a purist. You know that. I'm not just a purist about professional wrestling. I'm a purist about a few things. Deer beer being one of them. Is there a?
Thank you. Moving on.
I was going to ask if there's a Ben Affleck character in this thing, but I don't know.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman's in it too.
Yeah, he just fucking shows up at a certain
All right,
point.
maybe we'll get back to Goodfellas Hunting 2 at some point, but
I'm gonna have to go Google and see if there's one studio that owns all of those. I don't know if that's true or not,
I don't think so.
but I think that'll be a key component of how these future amalgams, these future IP shuffles, as Dudesy said, that's the only way they'll work.
Yeah, so I guess Chad's right. Art is dead because now all we're doing is
It's
just
not dead, dude.
Just
we have
mashing
new
together.
tools to make brand new pieces of art, new forms of art that have never existed before. Technology always comes before art in every fucking case.
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and